Hi, my name's Trnka, and we're gonna make one of the shoes for the workman individual. It's the Heartbar, Heartbar. Our judges are Patrick and Mackenzie Dutton, and I really like the shoe list that they made for Fort Worth because they're all asymmetrical shoes and they all are very practical and they all have an inside and an outside and they look like they would go on a foot. The shoe we're gonna make today is a Heartbar, and it's 3/4 fuller, 6 nails. And it, again, is asymmetrical. It's definitely, you can tell the difference between a left and a right, the inside and the outside. And the big point on this shoe right now is just where do I put that corner to make my frog plate. On an 18-inch piece, we're gonna mark where I'm gonna put the corner at 4.5. I'm gonna bump to where I get some material in my bend. This is where my bend is gonna be. This is gonna be my frog plate. All right, we're just gonna bump. We're just trying to put mass and width in there, not so much thickness. Just trying to get those corners widened up. All right, so now I'm at 3.5 and 16 3/4. So I bumped an inch and an inch and 1/4 into that. The more the merrier. All right, we got our mark. Bring it back into it. I'm going to just scarf this here, and then halfway in between, I'm going to just hit with the heel of my hammer, or the side of my hammer, and bring this over. Take and scarf this corner. What I want is I want to have that back all flat. So take and hit this corner, holding it off. That puts that up, and then hit that corner back into it. That slides everything over, and make sure you're on some good steel. Get my scarf pulled together. Got a little bit of forging done. Make sure I didn't jerk any of my scarves apart. I got good mass. And you can see how, now I just want to keep that over the top. Keep the frog plate in the center of itself. The more you can make it a nice frog plate, the better off you are. Again, pulling all my material back together, just kind of getting everything packed together before you get too crazy in the forge welding aspect of it. As far as just tacking things before you start moving stuff around. Come in here and just hit this corner out here. Just the corners. Don't go up the branch. A good welding heat again, and just to make your frog plate nice, I like to keep welding it for a few heats. All right, one more shaping heat on the frog plate and we'll be done with it. Just gonna make sure I get this nice. I want a nice shape on it so I don't have to work on it that much. Whenever I get it bent. All right, so the frog plate is 1 inch and a 1/16, so I'm right there where I want to be. We'll crack it. And we'll make it into half of the W. So for as much as these come in on a foot, this is how much this will come out. So that tells us where this branch is going to come off. Then we'll do the same for the other side. All right, we're going to take a big loop, push this down. And then from up here, we're just cleaning up the edges of the frog plate. You can see where they got a bubble here and there. All I'm doing is getting those in line with travel. So, as much as these come in, I want to have this going out. We're going to make an acute bend for the toe bend. All right, then we take the quarter bend. And then I want to point the frog plate a little bit in, so I'm just going to hit it here. Or you can do this and hit it here. Half the shoe will make the other side. Hockey stick it, just leave it loopy. Don't try to lock it in, and just push it down and away from you. Then I come here, reestablish that corner. Make your quarter bend. Toe bend. And then watch. Push this side down to get it to match up. Now, accelerate my quarter bend. I'm just hitting the corner here to get it down. Hit the other side until you get them. You can see now I'm even. bit much for my frog plate, so I moved it out a little bit, but I got plenty of welding surface. Fill your gaps with your flux. Come in. Just the whole time you're just kind of picking up those edges so you got plenty to weld the next time you come back. Take another welding heat on it. And then just try and get this back in the center. All I'm doing right there is trying to get the frog plate redirected back in the center of the shoe. Okay, so the frog plate measures 3 1/16 lengthwise, so I'm good there. But the bar measures about 3 1/8, so we got to widen it up a little bit. Now I'll just widen this out a little bit, make my frog plate look a little bit better. Pretty much got it to size. Now I just gotta, you don't want to commit to that fullering until you get a nice shape on it, otherwise it just turns. So all I'm gonna do now is, you can see my frog plate is way to one side. I'm gonna straighten that up in there and then we'll mark for fullering. All right, so I gotta move my frog plate a little bit over to this side. And then take, and all I'm doing is hitting above and below the quarters. Just grab it here. So I'm just going to push the quarter down, pushing the horn up into the quarter. That takes up space. Pushing the toe down. That moves the toe over. Line my frog plate up with my toe, T-square for my nail holes, and now I got my fullering marked. We'll do the lateral side first. I'm just gonna hem it, go out to the quarter, and come around to the heel. Toenail, come back to the heel quarter, heel nail, and split the difference. I'm going to hold it in the heel. I'm going to hold it in, start at the heel quarter and elongate it and tighten up my fuller, and at the same time put a nice pleasant shape in it. Start from the back. Heel nail, go right to the heel. Nice elongated shape. Nice pleasant shape. We'll do the medial side. All right, medial, just gonna hem it, push my quarter down a little bit, then bring my heel around. Right at the little bit behind the fullering, come back to the quarter. Split the difference. What I'll do is I'll grab it right at the heel and clean all these lines up going into a nice toe. And reverse the process in the heel. Go right on into the heel. All right, I'm in good shape for my frog plate. My width is, yeah, I'm right on the money. Yeah, I'm right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna iron out the frog and we'll shape it and make it, bring it to the center. When I say that, I'm probably gonna clean up more on this side of it than that side. We'll clean it up a little bit. Alright, so I'll stick it in the vise. And I'm just going to bring the tip over towards me to the center a little bit. So take your half round and clean up that back edge. I mean your rat tail, I'm sorry. That cleans up that edge. Let's get a little bit of this side. Just cleaning up these inside edges a little bit. And then I got a bit of a lump on the back. Right here, I'm just going to take that off. And I think we'll be good. All right, we got it all filed up. Kind of wire brushing it, cleaning it up. I think the pitfalls is don't worry about too much where your frog plate is pointing. Get it long enough and move it with a rasp. And then I was long on the lateral side, so I brought that back with a rasp. That in turn got me to my width in my bar. I got my length just under 5.5, just over 5. The frog plate was just over 3. So I'm pretty close. And these shoes are just like match play. You want them to be the width, you want them to be the length, and you want them to be the width across the heels. And don't be filing or rasping on them until you get that done.